African Americans from our history. We understand that. We get that picture. We engage in that. And for those of us who are fortunate enough to be able to travel, and it is obviously a luxury, it's not easy to travel, we really are the kind of the ears and the mouths when we go back home to talk about Cuba and to talk about many of the other countries that you go to. So that's very, very important. The other thing I would say politically is that a lot of my work has been around South Africa, and very honestly, had it not been for Cuba's commitment in Angola, you wouldn't be talking about Nelson Mandela. You wouldn't be talking about Zimbabwe. You wouldn't be talking about Namibia. Because when Angola and Mozambique received independence in 1975, the South Africans invaded from coming across the country of Namibia into the country of Angola. And the MPLA, which was the Movement for Popular Liberation of Angola, was really just a movement. It wasn't a quote-unquote government. And there were other struggles inside of Angola. And Angola reached out, and they asked the Cubans to send assistance to help them in their fight for liberation. And this was the first time that the South Africans were defeated on the African continent. And sometimes you'll be talking with people, and they fought in the war. I was riding with a guy the other day who did the repairs for the vehicles in Angola. There's a famous battle that occurs. It's called the Battle of Quito Carnevale, at which the South Africans were surrounded by the Cubans and by the Angolans. And so the independence of Angola directly led to the independence of South Africa and Zimbabwe. And when I was at the inauguration ceremonies for Nelson Mandela, when they introduced Fidel Castro, you could hear cheers all the way across South Africa. And when you go to South Africa, that's one of the first places that Nelson Mandela went when he got out. He came back here to Cuba, and people lined the streets to thank Cuba for their sacrifices, for the people who lost their lives, and for their commitment to the country of Angola. And to show you how the Cubans are, Angola is one of the oil-rich countries on the African continent. And many of you may know that right now, the United States and other countries get more oil from Africa than they do from the Middle East. This is one of the battles going on in countries like China and India. The Cubans have not demanded any oil, have not set up any special contracts with Angola. And one evening we were sitting at a bar in Santa Spiritus, and there were two Cuban soldiers who were white Cubans. And I asked them, they said they had fought in Angola, and I was asking them why. Because obviously they weren't African. And they simply said it was international solidarity. Many Cubans lost their lives there. So it's important for us to be out there to search and to get information. And for those of you who are fortunate enough, like myself, to be able to travel, it's important to go back to our community and to let people know different narratives from what you hear on CNN and Fox and those type of things. So this group has been a very good group of listeners. I often travel with progressive activists, and their read on it is different from the African-American experience in the United States. And so I want to thank you for being here. I want to certainly thank Kay and Ray. It's fantastic for putting this together. But it's very important that you're here, and the Cubans recognize that. And as I said, you couldn't have had a better tour guide than Sarita. I don't have any... Somebody was telling me, don't let them steal Sarah. I said, well, hey, we do steal Sarah. It's going to take her to global exchange. That's real talk right there, okay? But at any rate, enjoy the rest of the days here. It's been a total pleasure for me. It gave me a chance to hang out with some people from my community and listen to different voices. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.